Women appear in paintings across centuries, landscapes and cultures. We've been both revered and reviled in our use as inspiration, as muses, but of course there's far more to the story of women in art than this. Today I've been granted special access to the National Gallery, where we're going to look at one woman artist who worked to prove that women are far more than muses. We're looking at Self-Portrait in the Straw Hat. This was painted in 1782 by Elisabeth Vigée Le Brun. She was one of the most important painters of the 18th century.
Elisabeth was also a pioneer for women artists during this period. Born in 1755 and raised in Paris, her artistic abilities were soon noticed by her father, who was himself a painter. But despite this artistic pedigree, his premature death in 1767 meant that Elisabeth was largely self-taught. Elizabeth's talent would soon be recognised in society circles, though. In 1774, she became a member of the Académie de Saint-Luc, followed by her induction to the French Academy in 1783. She was one of only 4 women in the 18th century to achieve this. What more do we know about the painting in front of us, though?
In this painting, Elisabeth asserts her dual identity and the complexity of this. Here we see the fashionable society lady as well as the accomplished artist, akin to the likes of cultural greats such as Rubens.
Elisabeth is very deliberately aligning herself with Rubens. Her pose in this painting strongly resembles that of the sitter of this portrait painted by the great master. Elisabeth had actually viewed this portrait for herself some time earlier on a visit to Antwerp, so it's fair to say that this was a conscious decision. But of course, Elisabeth's own creative aptitude in reflecting her talent and position is very present. Her stylish dress reflects contemporary pastoral fashion trends popular at court. This was perhaps a nod to her success as a portrait painter for Marie Antoinette. Whilst the prominence given to the palette and paintbrushes in the image assert Elisabeth's validity as an established and respected artist. Elisabeth did indeed enjoy great success during her lifetime. Before the Revolution, she was patronised by the French Queen, completing at least 30 portraits of her. It was also Elisabeth who painted the notorious portrait of Marie Antoinette in a muslin dress in 1783, which caused scandal due to the state of undress the Queen was depicted in. Elisabeth was comfortable with pushing these artistic boundaries though, particularly in regards to asserting female agency in male-dominated spaces. In her own self-portrait here, she is shown as the confident creator of her own identity, boldly smiling at whoever looks her way. This sentiment is continued throughout her works. In this portrait of a young girl, also held in the National Gallery, Elisabeth captures a lively personality. Far from simply objects of shallow admiration, Elisabeth depicts the women and girls in her works as living, thinking humans. In other words, far more than muses.
I would thoroughly recommend a visit to the National Gallery, especially this year, but if you can't make it in person, be sure to head over and check out the website to learn more about the amazing artwork in this collection.